It didn't start as a mistake. In fact, it started as something smart, something responsible, something people would actually recommend. A way to make extra money, a side hustle, just a little something on the side, to get ahead, to move faster, to build something more. And at first, that's exactly what it was. Small, controlled, safe. But the problem with making extra money is how quickly it stops feeling like extra. His name was Marcus Hill, 32 years old, lived in Texas, worked a full-time job in logistics. Nothing fancy, but stable, predictable, enough to cover everything. Rent, bills, food, and a little bit left over. Life wasn't exciting, but it wasn't falling apart either. And for Marcus, that was the problem, because he didn't want just enough. He wanted more. So when someone told him about a simple way to earn extra income, he listened. It didn't sound risky. It didn't sound complicated. Just buy low, sell higher, repeat. That was it. At least, that's how it was explained. He started small, a few $100s, testing it out, learning as he went. And for a while, it worked. He made profit. Nothing crazy, but enough to feel something. That small rush, that sense of progress, that feeling of, I can do more. So he did. He invested more, put in more time, more attention, more money. And slowly, that side hustle stopped being on the side. He started checking it during work, thinking about it at night, planning his next move constantly. Because now, it wasn't just extra income, it was opportunity. And opportunity is hard to ignore. The profits got bigger, so did his confidence. And confidence, quietly, changes how you think. Because once you win a few times, you start believing you understand the game. You start trusting your instincts more than the risk. Marcus stopped seeing it as a side hustle. He started seeing it as a path, a shortcut to something better. And that's when everything shifted. He moved more money, thousands instead of hundreds, bigger moves, bigger risks. But in his mind, they didn't feel like risks. They felt like calculated decisions because everything had worked so far. And that's the most dangerous part. Not the loss, but the period before the loss, where everything works. Then one day, something didn't. A deal went wrong. The price dropped faster than expected. But Marcus didn't panic, not yet, because he'd seen small losses before, and they always recovered. So he waited, told himself it would bounce back, that he just needed patience. But this time, it didn't bounce back. It dropped more and more. Now he had a choice: accept the loss or double down. And like many people in that moment, he chose to double down. More money went in, trying to fix the mistake, trying to recover what was already gone. But the market didn't care. The loss got bigger, faster, heavier. And suddenly, it wasn't a side hustle anymore. It was a problem. Marcus checked his account, and for the first time, he felt something different. Not excitement, not confidence, fear.
Because the number in front of him didn't make sense. From profit to loss, from control to chaos. He didn't lose everything in one move. He lost it trying to fix the first mistake. And that's what most people don't realize. The biggest losses don't come from the first decision. They come from the decisions after. Marcus thought he was being smart, taking advantage of opportunity, building something bigger. But in reality, he was slowly stepping deeper into something he didn't fully understand. By the time he stopped, it was already done. The money was gone. Not stolen, not scammed, just lost. in decisions that felt right at the time. And that's the part that stays with you, not just the loss, but the memory of how confident you felt right before it happened. Marcus didn't fail because he tried something new. He failed because he stopped respecting the risk. Because the moment you believe you can't lose is usually the moment you start losing. And maybe that's the real lesson. Not about side hustles, not about money, but about control. Because once something small starts taking over your thinking, it's no longer on the side. It becomes the center. And when that happens, you're no longer making decisions. You're reacting, chasing, trying to fix what's already broken. And by then, it's usually too late.